Bumblebee. I
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. I want to thank you guys for being here. If you are new, maybe this is your first time here, welcome. Consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back to you. In today's edition of the channel, in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about 5G and Sprint. And the reason I want to talk about Sprint is because in this particular case, it looks like Sprint is doing some really good things in 5G. So currently, every carrier is doing something different with their 5G. The focus in terms of how they're going to deploy it is different. The technology that they're going to use varies. And of course, we're not really expecting grand scale deployment for at least another 3 to 6 months. Now, T-Mobile, obviously with low band 600 megahertz, they're going to be focusing on that. Sprint's got their 2.5 gigahertz that they're rolling it out, but it's market to market. It's kind of similar to what we see is going on with Verizon, taking these like locations and trying to provide some 5G islands in a way, parts of cities. And of course, AT&T Enterprise only, not much action there, but obviously they're more concerned about mid 2020, getting devices out, getting the network ready. Anyways, in this article that's shown here, you guys can check it out on fiercewireless.com. There's the SBA, an agency, a business that, I don't know, somebody must have asked them a question in regards to the carriers and what they're doing with 5G. And it looks like Sprint's actually doing some really good things there. So while it may not benefit Sprint in the long term because it really doesn't necessarily impact them, as the merger kind of has things tied up, it does help T-Mobile in the future. So what they have going on right now is they appear to be the only carrier that is installing and deploying massive MIMO technology towards 5G currently. So when asked about this, SBA mentioned it. It was the CEO. He said that they're the only ones that we see doing it. So that's not T-Mobile, that's not Verizon, and it's not AT&T, not mentioned there. So what this tells us is Sprint's capacity and what they could do with their 5G has tons and tons of potential. The 2.5 gigahertz is kind of like a best of both worlds spectrum, where it gives you some decent propagation and signal range, but it also gives you some good throughput, capacity, and speed. So the massive MIMO technology, for those of you not really sure about what that means, this is an antenna technology where they put clusters of antennas at two different locations. They put it at the receiver and the transmitter locations of hardware for these antennas. And what that does, it provides amazing capacity. We've seen MIMO technology being used in LTE, and it's part of the reason why you will see, situations with like band 66, on multiple carriers where you get really, really fast speeds. Sprint's doing this for their 5G. So if the theoretical yield for 5G is supposed to be like 1 gig per second as a standard, this is the type of technology that could allow them to reach that theoretically. And although obviously spectrum concentration plays a big part in it, this would provide amazing throughput in that type of technology and how it gets deployed. No other carrier's doing it. Sprint's doing it. So we got to call a spade a spade. Got to stay objective here on the SMT channel. So let's give a big shout out to Sprint in doing this. I'm going to go ahead and identify them as doing something excellent here. So they have my respect. They have, obviously I'm going to give them a big hand towards that. I'm going to call it like it is. Good job by Sprint. Hopefully we see other carriers continue to deploy this in the future. Obviously this benefits T-Mobile, honestly, in the long term. Not necessarily any other, I can't say it's going to help Sprint because Sprint becomes part of the new T-Mobile. But it goes to show you the potential that Sprint would have had if they could have just did this on their own, should they have figured things out from the business side. All those bad investments, all the bad management, all the blunders over the years, they really would have been huge winners in 5G. But of course, the compiled debt and all of that has prevented them from doing these types of things on a grand scale, and that sort of thing. But let's just celebrate it for what it's worth. Good job by Sprint. Excellent job to do this first, being identified by the SBA as doing so. So I just wanted to get you guys updated on this. We'll see if it does benefit T-Mobile in the long term when, you know, integrating the network with 2.5 gigahertz and moving forward with 5G as the new T-Mobile. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please go ahead and rate it, give it that thumbs up, and if you want to get somebody else informed, introduce people to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would share this video. And of course, if you want to get more involved with the SMT communities, we've got the Discord server, we've got the Patreon page. You guys can check out those links in the description boxes down below. And if you want to support production here on the SMT YouTube channel, you could do that with a smaller occasional monetary PayPal donation. There is a link in the description box below for that as well. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I am the SMT, and I will see you guys on the next video.